All right, y'all, we got to get into this now. This Odell Beckham story. Y'all see Al, you mentioned it on the last show, but I didn't get to see the video until today. Now Odell Beckam Jr. was kicked off a flight for defying a flight attendant's orders. Well, the police body cam footage has been released, and it shows what occurred moments before Beckham was escorted from the plane. Take a look.
To me.
Girl. No shit. Where's his pants?
Oh, sorry?
Where's the baby's pants?
What do you mean?
He only got his underwear. Yeah.
Yeah, they're on.
Ooh, all right, now the flight attendant asked officers if Beckham was wearing pants because she claimed that he only had been wearing his underwear earlier. Now, the flight attendants say they were concerned because Beckham appeared to be in and out of consciousness as they attempted to wake him up so he could fasten his seatbelts. Now, the flight attendant told officers that Beckham needed to be removed from the plane. Fellas, Al, let's start with you. What are your thoughts on the situation?
I didn't like it. First of all, I didn't like how the flight attendants handled the situation. When the cops came on board, they did their assessment and they made the decision according to the cam that he was in a coherent position. He knew where he was, and he said that he was just tired because he had stayed out all night and came straight to the plane. I didn't like how the Spanish woman handled it, and I didn't like how her white male colleague handled it as if he was some type of immediate threat. And last thing is, the captain is supposed to be the one to make the last assessment and call on these types of things, and he will let the flight attendants lean in. But I needed to see if that captain came out and made his own assessment, because the assessment of those two were not good enough for me.
Okay. Q, what do you think? And what do you think about him allegedly being on a plane with just in his underwear?
You know, it's funny because I'm when she said he's only had his underwear on earlier, I'm like, okay, is this one of those cultural misunderstandings where maybe he had on some basketball shorts and she's calling them underwear? Because I know good and damn well he didn't just come through the airport with his ding-a-ling flopping around in some underwear. And as far as him being incoherent, when they asked him to put his seatbelt on, hell, that's what you want, a damn incoherent passenger just to go lay the hell back and not bother you. I mean, all they had to do was tap him, make us put a seatbelt on, and let the man pass the hell back out. It's not like he was being loud, belligerent, drunk, or screaming. So I completely think they overreacted and were just doing the most. And as much as we don't want to lean on race and automatically call things racial, it probably had a lot to do with the color of his skin and the style of his hair.
Let me play devil's advocate real quick on this. If this was a white white person doing this, would we be giving excuses for him, or do you think he really was?
No, absolutely not. The cops came in and did their assessment. He had on Bermuda shorts. He had on shorts, colorful shorts. He also answered all the questions. The cops then said, ma'am, he looks fine to me. He looks fine to me, and he wants to fly. And then she was like, why? First of all, why are you calling him a baby? He's not a baby. He's a grown man. Address him properly. To me, it felt personal. It felt personal, and I didn't like it. And if it was a white guy, I would be defending him the same way. There's no reason American Airlines should have made all those customers deplane because of the insecurities of those two flight attendants.
You know go ahead.
I was going to say, in these cases, we always get the video midway through the altercation. I would be curious to know what happened from the very, very beginning, because there probably is a little more to it than what we're seeing.
All too often we get a little bit of the video and we don't get the whole story. But then also there are a lot of people that are violating us based on making an assessment of us based on our skill and our skin tone. So it's kind of like hard to make a call on it.
Especially,
but I will say this, being sleepy on a plane, like I purposely stay up all night the night before. So when I'm on the plane, I want to be knocked out the entire time. And sometimes I don't put my seatbelt on. I'm going to be the first to admit that I don't. And I do be trying to get away with it by putting a scarf over my waist. And so I want to be comfortable and go to sleep. So should I get kicked off the plane for that? I don't think so.
And then, you know, Claudia, you fly in first class. I fly in first class. It's not many of us that look like us in first class. Let's be honest. And so I just felt like it was a way too aggressive, in my opinion.
Correction.
After he woke up, right after he woke up and he responded to the cops, the captain should have came out and made his assessment. She was still in a tizzy. He's clearly responding right now. He's clearly fine. Let the man go home.
Correction, I sometimes fly first class.
Oh, I remember those days where everybody was flying Miss Claudia Jordan first class.
Shoot, if it's a booking, I'm flying first class. If you see me and Coach, it's a trip that I decided to go on. Okay.